I'm Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebow. I want to introduce you to an absolutely fabulous wine that's from the Eden Valley of Australia. It's the Henschke Julius Riesling 2017. Henschke is a name that is filled with legend. It's one of the Australian wine families that's in its sixth generation. 6 generations in the New World. That's amazing. Still run by the family. The current winemaker is Johann Stephen Henschke, and he's just following in a long line of greatness. This wine is perfectly reflective of what is the reality of Eden Valley. We don't always think of the great Riesling vineyards of the world living outside of some of our European regions like Austria or Germany. But Riesling in Australia, and specifically in Eden Valley and Clare Valley, are beyond traditional. It's the first thing they planted and the first thing they were successful with. It's really quite amazing when you look back in the history. And what you get from them is this wonderful, racy, dry, cleansing style of Riesling that is not only delicious now, but ages really well. The winery wants you to age this wine for 25 plus years. I think I'm going to drink it before that because it's really good. So what do you need to know about this wine? Well, it sounds European when you look at the technical data on it. It's 11.5% alcohol by volume. The pH is 2.98, which is equivalent to what you would get out of many regions in Germany. The acidity is 6.98 grams per liter, which is, maybe not what you'd get in Germany, but still a lot of acidity. And it's grown on soils that are sandy loam over gravel and bedrock. So Eden Valley is part of Barossa as a whole, but it's inland further, it's at higher altitude, and it has significantly cooler and wetter weather than Barossa Valley, so-called. Riesling is very much at home there. So that's what you need to know, other than where to find a bottle. We'll get to that later. So let's give it a taste. It just screams Riesling. It's kaffir lime and lime zest and fresh lime juice. There's a little note in there like limeade, if you've ever had that. The other alternative from lemonade. It's steely. It has this little saline, salty sea air note. White blossoms reminiscent to me of a little honeysuckle or white lily. Kumquat. Really tart peaches. And something along the line of like pineapple core, the part that's a little too tart to eat but still smells like pineapple. It smells really inviting. Lives up to the nose. Racy, cleansing. As you'll notice, mouth-watering. Everything that I want out of Riesling, that razor's edge of balance. And so it definitely has the lime skin, kaffir lime. It then moves into green apple, which didn't show up on the nose so much with the skin on. The kumquat's definitely there. The unripe peach is there. The pineapple that was really tart on the nose actually got a little riper on the palate. It's more like canned pineapple now. It's delicious, but not lush. It comes across with that salty note right in the middle, and then again at the finish, and then it has that steely edge from being aged in stainless steel only, and then straight into the bottle. For those of you not initiated with the quality wine in Stelv enclosures, also known as a screw cap, this is my favorite closure in the modern world, because I know that the hard work of the winery has been preserved by this capsule, and the flaw that can exist in cork is nowhere near this wine. So if you haven't indoctrinated yourself into the idea that Stelv enclosure, Christoph caps are part of high quality wine, please go ahead and make that note. It's part of the modern world, especially in Australia and New Zealand. They just use a lot less cork than the rest of the world in these days. Absolutely classic Eden Valley Riesling. Racy, delicious. Um, just makes me smile. So if you haven't tried Eden Valley Riesling, this is a great one to start with. 2017 is one of the best vintages in a really long time. The winery was so excited about it. Reach out, grab a bottle, try it with some friends, and I bet you'll enjoy it as much as me. This wine is delicious.